Hi, I'm Scotty. Welcome back to Scotty's Clock World. I upload new videos Sunday and Wednesday of every week. This is another Platform Dancers music box cuckoo clock that we've got here. Seems to be in relatively good nick, other than that hand is broken. It's going to come off as soon as we try to move it. But we'll replace that. We've got spares in stock. The casework of the clock seems to be in pretty good nick actually. There's the inside, there's the movement. We'll see if the bellows work. They seem to work. There's chains running at the bottom, and notice that there's one missing, and that's the chain that drives the music box. It's either come off its great wheel, or because it hasn't got a weight hook on it like so, one of the links is caught up in the ratchet. So we're going to have to take the bellows and the pipes out, and then take the movement out, and then we can see exactly what's happening. Right, turn that over. There's an unusual strop ring on one of the chains. Used to belong on someone's key fob at one time by the look of it. This is a pendulum that came with a clock. I've never seen one of these clocks before, so I don't know whether that's original or a replacement. A very different looking cuckoo clock pendulum. These are the weights that came with the clock, 2 of them. Obviously we need a third one. I'll have to get one of those. They're 320 grams. You'll notice on the top of these weights that the hook is set into the weight. That's a wire hook set into the weight. And they changed in about 1970, I think. These are prior to 1970. After that, there's a loop cast into the weight, and that hangs on the weight hook. So that's the difference. You can see there. Right, first thing to do is to remove 1 and a bit hands, because that piece of the hand is broken off. So I'll start off by loosening that knurl nut a little bit. It's still tight. Okay, finally got the knurl nut loosened sufficiently that we can take it off. It was seriously tight on there, very, very tight. That's what remains of the minute hand. I'll take the hour hand off, fingernails underneath, and gently prise it off. Put those aside. Now we can turn the movement over and look at removing these couple of weight hooks so that we can pull the chains up through the bottom of the case and remove the movement. Right, so that's what's happening at the moment. I'll take that horrible keychain thing off. You certainly don't want that on there. I'll replace that with a proper stop ring when we get down to there. Right, now these weight hooks are very close to the bottom of the case, but I think we'll be able to get them out without too much drama. Well, I hope we do. I'll open that up, remove that hook, and I'll remove that link. Will be the easiest way to do that. That's one. Now the second one is deeper inside the case, and that's got a bend in it too, so I'll have to straighten that up later on. But the main thing is to get it removed so we can pull the chains up through the case, and that other loose link will drop into the case. We'll get that later on. Alright, now first thing we've got to do is remove the pipes and the bellows. So before we tackle that, we'll have to undo the wires that lift the bellows top. That's a low note. I think tiny bit more on that. That should drop out. Yep, that's dropped out. Right. Now we want the high note. Hold the lift wire with a pair of pliers so we don't bend it in the wrong direction. And then bend back the turned over piece down the bottom. See if that has dropped out. There we go, that's dropped out. And I've put a slight bend in that unfortunately, so I'll have to straighten that once we get the movement out. Now we've got a very small screw here that's holding the pipes and bellows in. I'll undo that. And take that out. And then very carefully, I have a feeling that might be glued in. Right, I'll have a look and see. I'll see if I can, yeah, it was glued in, but fortunately very, very weakly. So there we go. That's a high note. You can see there's a tiny little bit of wood has come off there. They've glued it in because it hasn't got a little brad holding it in. There's a hole there where the brad used to go, but I would say the last person who played around with this didn't put the brad in, they put a tiny little bit of glue on to hold it. Okay, low note now. Undo the screw, remove it, and once again, being very careful, we're going to have to ease the bellows out. There you heard the glue snap, so that's all right. We'll take that out. Bit dusty, but that's a low note. So they seem to be working all right. Now, what have we got here? I'll have to undo the little bird from the front door, otherwise we won't be able to take the movement out. There he is, he just appeared. I'll turn that back a little bit. Luckily it's a soft piece of wire and it pulls out relatively well. I'll close down the front door so it doesn't flap round and get caught, and then turn the movement over again.